For a very limited time only, head on over to MrMuckcoin.com and use code GS30 to get 30% off all your purchases. Link is in the description. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a Squadron gameplay. Now, I am on the immense trophy grind, and we did pick up the Bruce Smith, as you guys, well, hopefully you guys seen the previous video, and because I'm trophy grinding, I didn't prepare for this series at all. Day 1, Series 2, Series 3, I was able to get Coach Madden and the NAT variation of the player, and unfortunately, this series I just didn't do it. So I haven't even gotten 1,000 trophies yet. So we're playing squads, and Bruce Smith has himself one beautiful day, and actually slowed down all of his immense plays that he makes in this game. And he happens to really come big in the second half where we need him the most. So our opponents happen to have a ton of Patriot players. You see Tom Brady as he ends up throwing a pick where Mikey B ends up clicking on. And for this game, I have Bruce Smith active at D tackle, and I have him with the abilities of pass rush elite, inside stuff, and power specialist. So him at D tackle means anytime they run a HB dive or inside zone or any non-stretch or toss play or outside zone, he gets a better chance of a block shed, and right up the gut or anything like that. They usually do a pretty good job when you have a D tackle inside stuff of being able to shed and get off of the block and make a tackle. And if they happen to pass the ball, he should be very well suited for that as well at D tackle with the pass rush elite and the power specialist. So, and also you may notice our offense is being ran by Mikey B, so don't cream me in the comment section saying how there was 97 stretches and RPOs called this play. Listen, he was running the offense, right? I run the defense. He run the O, I run the D, so I don't need anyone out here, slamming me for the offense that we ran. I can't be held accountable for what he calls. But defensively, one very good thing about facing Tom Brady is that you don't have to worry about speed, right? We can sit back, not have to worry about any type of spy or any type of, when a play breaks down, the QB is going to take off or anything like that. Tom Brady, we know, is not going anywhere. So that right there is definitely puts us at a nice ease, peace of mind, knowing that we don't have to worry about any type of QB spy or anything like that. So, again, it's mainly in the second half where Bruce Smith comes up making plays. And he comes up making plays big. Like, he really comes through for us. And this is one of the first games I was able to play with him. And so far, I'm in love with what I see. And, again, him having 2 Tier 3 abilities, him being able to have pass rush elite and him being able to have power specialist and him being able to have inside stuff makes him for a great D tackle as Mikey B decides to go for it on 4th and 4 on a fake punt, and it doesn't end up working out for us. So we did notice very late on that formation that he has a corner route on the left every single time. The user will run a route on that right there. Was a beautiful play call on him. It was like a motion, like RPO. He kind of ran like just like a fade when they had the motion, and usually when people motion, they're going to use the motion, and he did not. So a great play call by them. All set up by Mikey B going for it on 4th and 4 on a fake punt and not being able to get it. But, so far, offensively, we feel confident, right? Which is why he went for it on 4th and 4. Our defense was looking pretty good. Offense, we feel good. We got some active running backs, and right here he's like, GS, I'm gonna just need you to get open, and I do. Very late for 5 yards because we went with the possession catch. But right here, just get in field goal range and hopefully be able to stop the offense. Now, in squads is a completely different animal than head-to-head. In my opinion, it's definitely more enjoyable because you're playing with a friend, right? You have someone that, hopefully is, good at the game. And as Mikey B throws a pick, and, you're just in the party, just chilling with one of your homeboys and, kicking it. And it's more enjoyable for that. And also, there's a lot of things that will work in head-to-head that won't work in squads. Like right here, look at Bruce Smith just chuck him to the side, and immediately, as soon as he hiked it, he gets to the quarterback for his first sack of the game. That's big. And then right there, he hits me with the corner route, and I was like, okay, he has hot route mastery. I think he has post flag lead. But the very next play after that one, Bruce Smith comes again almost immediately, was already working on a shed, and knocks him out of field goal range almost with that very next play. So Bruce Smith, again, coming up huge. But unfortunately, because they have a high Patriots team, they do have Adam Vinatieri, so they're going to go on ahead and make the field goal. Barely made it, but he does indeed end up making the kick. So look like we're going to be facing a deficit. So a lot of things that work in head-to-head get shut down in squads because you obviously have more users. Like last year, if you went to PA shot post or any type of play, Pat Sales with two crossers in head-to-head, sometimes it can be very difficult to watch two slants or two crossers when they're cutting over one side of the field to the other, because you can only watch one if you didn't make the perfect adjustment preparing for it. In squads, it's shut down. Like you got this side, I got that side. We'll pass them off to each other, and then where else are you gonna go? So just a lot of things. Running the ball is obviously a lot tougher because you got two guys shooting gaps on top of a ton of X factors, and it's wild. But we are down 10-7, and just telling Mikey just tie the game or get us the lead, and we'll be good. We'll be good. Defense is going to come through for us. We just need to go on ahead and get some points on the board. And right there, beautiful juke move by Eric Dickerson, and he's going to go on that skirt, little stop and go right there that Mikey B does. Gets it in the end zone one time, and we end up taking the lead. Now this right here is one of the biggest plays of the game, one of the biggest drives in the game, and you will see that Bruce Smith by himself dominates this drive and pretty much dictates the rest of the game. So we're up 10-14, well 14-10. We force a fumble, but we don't recover. But the very next play, insta shed on a pass. He just chucked him to the side, and before his guys could even run 12 yards, already sacked in the backfield. Very next play, 2nd and 17. Mama, there go that man again for another sack, back-to-back sacks, and that is his 4th sack. The very next play, Bruce Smith comes again for the 3rd consecutive play with a sack by himself, getting us 2 points from a safety. That man completely dominated that drive, shut them down, had 3 insta-shed sacks, got us a safety, and puts us in a position to where a field goal will now give us the 2-possession lead instead of going up 7. So big run right there by Dickerson. And speaking of field goal, taking 2-position lead, we're already in field goal range, so we're feeling good. Take as much time off the clock as possible. Play smart, no mistakes, and hopefully be able to take our 3 at the minimum. Of course, we would love a touchdown, but at the minimum, go up to possessions. We do fumble, but thankfully we end up recovering. So that drive that Bruce Smith did, that's the type of things I expect from such a high overall player, where you put so much resources into them, so much training. From the bottom power-up of Bruce Smith all the way to the tippy top legend card, or Christmas legend, master, whatever it is you want to call him, is a little over 13,000 training. That is a lot of training. That is a ton. So it is very expensive to go on ahead and get that card all the way up, and already dominating. That's what I want to see from I want to see my playmakers make big plays, and him again by himself, as he's still, you can just watch him. He's just shedding, and eventually my man Reggie White comes through. Bruce Smith again shedded right now. Mind you, he is active now, so he is more likely to shed. He's deactivated now due to that. But he just tossed that guy to the side, shedded the running back immediately, and he is just making big plays, forcing himself into backfield, getting into QB's face, and right there insta shedded because of inside stuff. But unfortunately, he shed it opposite way. But very next play, look at this. Okay, not this play. I think the very next run play, Bruce Smith comes up with a big inside stuff tackle. Right here, look, he just insta shed. You see the X lighting up, just tosses, gets in between those two guys, and then he's able to go on ahead and force the tackle. So we hold them to 3, and now we don't even have to score to win the game or anything like that. We can just play keep away and, little by little, gradually move the ball forward, get a few first downs here and there, and be able to end this game. And hopefully, that's, best case scenario is hopefully be able to end the game. But the way this man Bruce Smith played with the 5 sacks, like, he was just absolutely so dominant. It was a beautiful thing to see. Beautiful thing to see. And after this, I think I played like maybe 1 or 2 games before this, and this game happened, and I got to record it. Bruce Smith just went wild. I mean, I played a few games after this today, and I can tell you he has just been on a different level. He's been so good. He's been so good at the D tackle spot. The very first few games, I went to dime normal. I had him at D end, and I had him all souped up, pass rush elite, edge threat elite, and he really wasn't doing too much. But at D tackle, he was just absolutely balling when I have him at D tackle with inside stuff, pass rush elite, and inside stuff, pass rush elite, and power specialist. Like, something about him being at the D tackle spot, he is thriving. Again, I played about 2 games with him at D end in dime normal, so it's a 4-man front and one-on-one situations, not getting double teamed, and he just wasn't really getting off of any blocks. It was wild to see. But at D tackle, though, he has just been so dominant. It's scary. He throws off his back foot right there. Should have been a pick. But nonetheless, we do end up winning the game because we do actually end with a game-winning pick, I think, coming up here in a second. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know it's not the gameplay you guys look for. I know you guys don't really like squad's gameplay, but he had just such a huge impact this game. He had such a great game. 5 sacks, big tackles, got a safety, which was wild. Like 3, just boom, 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 back-to-back sacks. Got us a safety, got us up 6 points to then we were able to kick a field goal, go up 2 possessions, and really dictated the game from there. Like, he truly, by himself, once he took control and got those 3 sacks, I would like to think just changed everything about that game and, made it so much easier for us to win. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, man. Bruce Smith debut, absolutely dominated. Look forward to getting some more gameplay with him for you guys. Look out for that tomorrow. It's your boy Jess. We're going to go ahead and be signing out. Appreciate the love and support as always. Until next time, peace.
Defense does what? Wins championships. And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them in just a field goal. That's a heck of a...